The newest DLC update to GTA Online changed the game for the better in so many ways. GTA Online: The Criminal Enterprises was Rockstar's summer DLC update for 2022, and while the content side of things may have felt lackluster for players with an extended drip feed, the delayed release of the M16 Service Carbine, and even the ULP missions not being really a fan favorite by many people, it's undeniable that this update was a big quality of life focused DLC, and one that was much needed. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about the top 5 best changes that were made to GTA Online with the Criminal Enterprises DLC update, and also why I think these are really important for all players, whether you're still grinding the game daily or you're just hopping on every once in a while after school or work. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date with everything GTA Online, Red Dead Online, and Rockstar games, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So let's start off with the smaller side of these changes and then work our way up to some of my top favorites and what I think are the absolute most important changes. And if you think I missed any major ones or you have a different list than me, let me know in those comments. I would love to hear your top 5 best changes. So starting out with number 1, being able to run inside the Diamond Casino and Nightclub. This feature might not seem important to players who don't make the Diamond Casino their priority. However, the ability to run inside the casino and the nightclub changes everything for players who use these establishments as legitimate ways to earn cash and prizes. And same with the nightclub here. Being restricted to walking in our business interiors was honestly really frustrating. It made the game feel way too clunky and outdated, and myself coming from playing Red Dead Online daily since it released, I didn't really miss the clunky GTA Online controls at all. But thankfully, some aspects of the movement controls and mechanics have been made much better with the Criminal Enterprises DLC update. I still, of course, have some additional suggestions that I hope players can understand, and that's just improvement to movement in general when you're on foot. You know, using a controller makes the game feel really laggy and unresponsive because third person and first person look and aim sensitivities are capped at really low amounts, and there's also no standard FPS option that's done in the correct way in my opinion. As it stands right now, you can change your on-foot movement to a standard FPS layout, but that still requires you to hold L3 the entire time, rather than just enabling a setting that would allow you to toggle to sprint using that same analog stick like Red Dead Online has, for example. You can also change it to R1 or RB with standard FPS too, but that's also just as annoying in my opinion. Same with slowing down to a walk immediately after you stop sprinting. In my opinion, you should stay in the jogging animation after sprinting, not come to a walking speed, because that just frustrates me when I'm trying to get away and take cover from enemies. Moving on to number 2, accessing snacks and armor through the weapon wheel. GTA Online players have been asking for an easier way to access snacks and armor in the game for such a long time, probably since the game launched, and fortunately, Rockstar Games finally listened to this feedback and addressed it with several new quick action buttons. Now, players can access both their snacks and armor inventories in the easiest way possible through their weapon wheel, and this means you'll still be able to restore health much faster than before, and an option to buy full ammo for all weapons through the interaction menu has also been introduced with the update. Again, here I have some improvements that I want to mention, but that in no way takes away from the fact that this new health and armor system is leagues better than before. I just wish we had a larger body armor inventory, and I also wish we could buy snacks and armor through the interaction menu like we can with ammo. We can only hold such a limited amount for the time we spend running to our agency or other businesses to refill snacks and armor, and the snacks themselves don't really give you a lot of health per snack used, so the limit should be increased. But moving on to number 3, changes to how the kill-death ratio works. The kill-death ratio in GTA Online was a controversial feature because it was viewed as a status symbol rather than being one of any practical use, and furthermore, griefers use this ratio as a reason to eliminate unsuspecting players or those who are not interested in combat, especially when they're relaxing in a free mode session. The new update has rendered the kill-death ratio mechanism useless during free mode sessions, and this means that any sort of PvP in free mode sessions will result in no change to that kill-death ratio of players engaged in battle with each other. It will only be changed by actions during competitive adversary modes, and while I am a supporter of this change, the exception that I think should be is if you engage in a 1v1 with a player in free roam. I'm not sure why that doesn't affect the KD. It's an opt-in competitive mode for those in free mode who just want to do it in GTA. Otherwise, overall, I think this is a really good change here. Leaderboards and stats are important in my opinion and good metrics to include in games, but this one, in the way it functioned in GTA, just caused cause too much trouble for too many players in GTA, so I'm happy that Rockstar changed it. Moving on to number 4, nerfing the Oppressor Mark II. Rockstar's nerfing of the Oppressor Mark II was one of the most eagerly anticipated changes among GTA players, and the vehicle was overpowered and was often used by griefers to troll innocuous players in low levels, and this adjustment has undoubtedly restored some balance in GTA Online. The Criminal Enterprises update has reduced the effectiveness of the vehicle's homing missiles, and the bike also has a limited number of countermeasure uses, with longer cooldown periods between them now as well. The update, however, did not make the Oppressor Mark II completely ineffective because all the nerfing was done to specific factors. As a result, players can continue to use this vehicle for various other purposes, and in some cases it still is a really powerful tool to use, but I also don't think that Rockstar went about the nerfs in the right way. What Rockstar did was they nerfed the overall effectiveness of the vehicle compared to nerfing the competitive viability of the vehicle, which was the problem. No one complained about the PvE side of the Oppressor, just the PvP side of it, and so a much better nerf, in my opinion, to make everyone happy would have just been to disable lock-on missiles against players in GTA Online, whether they were in vehicles or on foot. If you target a player, then you have to manually aim, but if you're shooting missiles at NPCs and other enemies in free roam during missions, then you should have lock-on enabled. And then finally, we have increased payouts. The Criminal Enterprises update increased payouts for a ton of missions and activities available to players in the game, and all of these are permanent. Heists have also become more lucrative as they've seen a reduction in setup fees and a 50 to 75% bonus on top of finale payouts, and this improvement has led to excitement among both older and newer players. Longtime players are now more motivated to replay older heists and game modes that they may have not enjoyed for a while or found not worth playing because of low payouts and rewards compared to other newer content like tuners contracts, payphone hits, or the Cayo Perico heist. Again, it's a great change, but in this situation I think Rockstar could have done a little bit better here as well. The adversary modes need to pay even more. Same with some of the other content like the heist, considering it's really hard to find 4 teammates to all get put together to play the heists. I feel like Rockstar could also work on that a little bit more by introducing ways to play those old heists solo. That would take extra work, but I think that would be awesome. And then contact missions. They definitely need to increase the payouts of those because those weren't really touched at all. You know, I get you can complete some of these in a lot less time, but I think they should be factored in and also pay the same as something like tuners contracts or payphone hits, for example, with the common example this week being the Lamar 4 times bonus on his contact missions, because if you spent 15 minutes on those, you'd make $102,960, but you could also do the ballas to the wall mission in as little as 2 minutes and also still make $15,500, so that's pretty cool. I feel like Rockstar should definitely buff those payouts there. But with all that said, I think that's all we have time for today. We're going to be wrapping things up right here. What do you think about my top 5 best changes from the Criminal Enterprises update? How does this compare to your list? I would love to hear your thoughts in those comments below. That said, hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best GTA Online, Red Dead Online, and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask many questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next GTA Online video. Adios, amigos.